Dustin Pedroia at second base. Big Papi David Ortiz the DH with Mike Napoli at first base. Daniel Nava is in left field. Alan Craig getting his first home run in a Red Sox uniform here last night. He's in right. Mookie Betts in center. Will Middlebrooks at third base bats eighth. And David Ross does the catching as Christian Vasquez has the night off. Toronto Blue Jays starting pitcher presented by New England Nissan dealers. 21st appearance, 16th start for Marcus Stroman. 7-5 with a 4.11 earned run average, 92 innings. He's got 79 Ks, and opponents hitting at 255 against Stroman. This year, 2 starts against the Red Sox, he has been terrific. 2-0 with a 0.64 earned run average, and the Red Sox hitting at just 149 against Stroman.
Tonight's Jays defense is brought to you by People's United Bank. They are 6th in the American League with 73 errors on the season. Juan Francisco at third base, Jose Reyes the shortstop, Kawasaki at second, Adam Lynn the first baseman, left to right Melky Cabrera, Kevin Pillar, and Jose Bautista. Indiana Navarro doing the catching for Stroman.
Umpiring crew, Chris Guccione has a play calling the balls and strikes tonight with Eric Cooper at first base, Tom Hallion the crew chief at second, and Hal Gibson is the umpire at third. This game is available in Spanish. The SAP function is brought to you by the new Captain Morgan White Rum.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Red Sox trying to make it a clean sweep here tonight. Another beautiful night in Toronto. 75 degrees, 15 miles per hour. The wind speed forecast clear for the remainder of the night. Talking to Dustin Pedroia before the ball game, and Dustin really feels that the ball carries better here with the roof closed rather than open. But despite that, he's had 2 home runs in this series in the first 2 games of this series. And Brock Holt takes ball 1, and we're underway. Brock 291, 3 homers, and 27 runs batted in. 3 for 9 in the series. Fouled off to the left. Of course, the Red Sox and Blue Jays playing in back-to-back extra inning games. And in fact, Toronto has played in 4 straight extra inning games and lost 3 of the 4. They're reeling right now in what has been a downward trend for John Gibbons' Blue Jays. This is up the middle, but well positioned is Reyes from the outfield to throw in time to get home. So a nice play by Reyes in the right spot. As you see the Blue Jays now to double figures in behind the O's. 10 games back and back to 500 at 66 and 66. 1 out for Dustin Pedroia. Pedroia takes a ball high.
Now you mentioned Stroman 2-0 against the Red Sox this year. As you look at Pedroia's numbers, he has lost 2 games in a row to Chicago and Tampa Bay last time out. But he has looked very, very good against Boston. Does not give up home runs. Gave up 1 in that last game against Tampa Bay. That was his only 1 in 7 starts he had given up.
Let's take a look at our Chevy key player to watch. Pedroia in the last 4 games against the Jays. 389, 7 for 18, a double, couple home runs. Home runs coming in the first 2 games of this series. And a foul evens the count at 2-2. Get the home plate umpire, Chris Guccione.
Right off the top of the mask of Guccione that time.
David Ortiz on deck. His first appearance of the series coming up. On the ground right side, Kawasaki to his left. Pedroia is out number 2. So 2 down, and it brings up David Ortiz. David getting around a little bit better today than he was the first 2 days after fouling that pitch off his foot.
After seeing him walk yesterday, Don, coming into the clubhouse, I didn't expect to see him to probably the Tampa series. But surprisingly, when I got here today, he was in the lineup, and the lineup was up very early today.
Second in RBIs with 93, trying to get to that 100 RBI plateau again. As he looks at strike one. This was the injury on Sunday against the Seattle Mariners. Said it was the hardest he's ever fouled the ball off himself. This one right off the top of the foot, and he was hobbling around pretty good. He was sure he broke something, but he didn't. Outside for a ball. David was 17 for 33 during the homestand with 4 home runs and 9 RBIs. Into the shift on the right side. Kawasaki in short right. Throws out Ortiz. Red Sox down in order. Blue Jays coming up. Inning. Take a look at the Toronto Blue Jays starting 9. Jose Reyes at shortstop with Melky Cabrera in left field. Jose Bautista's in right with Adam Lind at first in the cleanup spot. Edwin Encarnacion the DH. Deanna Navarro doing the catching, batting 6th. Juan Francisco back at third base. Kevin Pillar with his second straight start in center, bats 8th. And Minoru Kawasaki at second base, bats 9th. Tonight's Red Sox starting pitcher is presented by your New England Audi dealers. Experience the all-new 2015 Audi A3 today. Joe Kelly making his 5th start in a Red Sox uniform, 0-1 with a 4.09 earned run average. More walks than strikeouts, 16 walks to 14 Ks. And opponents hitting at .213 against Kelly. Jose Reyes leading it off and grounding one, diving is Pedroia, and from one knee throws out Jose Reyes.
Well, we see it at least once a game, it seems like, from Pedroia diving to his right or his left. This time it's to his left. He's playing in shallow because of the speed of Reyes. And that time increased his range by going back to the outfield line. And is able to make the dive, the catch, and throw him out at first base. Nice play by Pedroia.
One down here in the first inning, and it brings up Melky Cabrera. Cabrera at .310, 15 homers and 70 runs batted in. Takes strike one. Well, he is yet to win in a Red Sox uniform. Starts at St. Louis, at Cincinnati. Home against Houston, a game he lost, giving up 7 runs in 4 innings. And home against Seattle, 5 shutout innings. Left precautionary reasons in that game. This one set foul off to the left out of play.
He was pitching the best game that he had in Red Sox uniform, but had to leave with some back shoulder issues that have not been a problem for him between starts. So everything's a go for tonight, and here he is.
First career appearance against the Blue Jays. Ready with a 1-2 pitch. On the ground, a fair ball. Diving is Napoli. Gathers himself and throws to Kelly, who was there covering the bag. In time to retire Cabrera. Nice play by Mike Napoli.
Well, how's that for two plays to start off the game defensively by the Red Sox, who, by the way, have been climbing the charts defensively. Napoli taking extra bases away from Melky Cabrera as he goes into the dive. And then gives a beautiful feed to Kelly covering first base. So a little leather thrown at Toronto in the first two batters of the ball game.
2 down for Jose Bautista. Bautista now with 25 home runs on the year. 281 average, 78 runs batted in to go along with the 281 average. Takes the strike, 1-1. In the air to left center field. Mookie Betts going back onto the track. It's gone. Home run for Bautista, his 26th home run of the year, and the Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead.
Well, Bautista had been in an extended slump, and he got a big home run last night. Gets one here tonight. Looks like the fastball there from Kelly on the outside part of the plate, and Bautista hooks it for the home run, his 26th of the season.
Adam Lynn standing in. The base is empty and 2 down, and a low strike call. Into 317 on the year, 4 homers and 29 runs batted in. Red Sox playing for him to pull here on the right side with right behind second base, the shortstop Rock Holt. Fractured his right foot, was on the DL. Sitting at 300 since coming off the DL in 10 games. Now goes the other way. Nava going back onto the track to make the catch. So a home run for Jose Bautista. It's 1-0 Toronto after 1. Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Jose Bautista has homered to put the Jays on top 1-0. Second inning back in Toronto. And Mike Napoli takes strike one over the outside corner. .259 average, 16 homers, and 50 runs batted in. Time now for the list presented by Benjamin Moore. Longest home runs at the Rogers Center. Napoli's was estimated at 451 feet. Manny Ramirez 491, McGuire at 488, Joe Carter 43, and Jose Canseco at 480. An impressive blast nonetheless. And that ball ended up in that top tank here in Toronto. 2-1 pitch. On the ground down the third base line. Francisco throws out Napoli for the first out of the inning. Another home run from last night for Mike Napoli. All part of a 7-run inning for the Red Sox. Question is, can he do it again? Target set up there to the right of the pole up top. Rounds out this time. First out of the second inning, and it brings up Daniel Nava. Nava tonight getting the start in left field. Notice Cespedes just getting the night off. 261 with 2 homers and 19 runs batted in. Down low, 1-1. Now the 3 for 10 in the series. A double, a run, and a stolen base. As he takes strike 2. Red Sox will have tomorrow off and then 4 games in Tampa Bay against the Rays before heading to New York to play the Yankees as part of this lengthy trip. 10 games, 11 days. Alan Craig on deck. On the ground, foul. Big inning last night. Red Sox sent 10 batters to the plate and scored 7 runs. On the 11th inning to come away with the win. One hopper that explodes on Kawasaki, but he makes a nice play and throws out Nava. We're talking about Mike Napoli's home run, and went up and visited up in that section, which fans generally don't sit in.
You snuck in under the chain. You're not supposed to be up there.
No, you're not. You're not. But it was so early this afternoon, I don't think anybody really noticed. But that's a look at how far Mike Napoli's home run went. This area up here at the Rogers Center. That is a blast.
That's a long way from home plate.
This is chopped off the plate out towards shortstop. Reyes plays the high hop barehanded, and he gets it there in time to get Alan Craig. Nice play by Reyes. Only chance he had was barehanded, and he gets it done. first 7+ run 11th inning or later since June the 4th of 1982 at California, as they were known then. Sure, you had a 3-run triple in that game off Dave Goltz.
I was told that this afternoon. I had no idea. But congratulations to me on that.
Edwin Encarnacion leading it off here for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the second inning. 264, 27 home runs, 76 runs batted in. Leave it to you, though, to end an extra inning game, to have it over.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I wonder how many extra inning hits you had. Probably a lot.
I tried hard.
To end this game immediately.
I'll tell you what. You have to admit, over this last month, we've had some dandies.
Yes, we have. Whew. There have been a lot of extra inning games, a lot of pushing 4-hour games. Red Sox in a stretch now. I think, what is it, 25 straight games, 3 hours plus, but averaging around 3:30.
Yeah,
which is
that's a long baseball game.
It's a lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball. But that's what you expect when you turn on Nesson.
That's right. We'll be here. Encarnacion, Navarro, and Francisco to bat here in the inning. To short and Brock Holt. Encarnacion not running well at all as he is retired 6-3, and that's like a light jog right there coming off his injury.
And the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They moved up to 5th in the league with 76 errors on the season. Will Middlebrooks will be at third base. Brock Holt, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia and Mike Napoli. Daniel Nava, Mookie Betts, and Alan Craig in the outfield, and David Ross doing the catching tonight for Kelly.
One down in the situation. Deoner Navarro coming up here. 272, 10 homers, 57 runs batted in. First pitch swing, fouls it off to the left. Navarro over his last 58 games since June 15th, hitting at 286. Came off the bench in last night's game. That's a high fly ball to right, sending Craig back almost to the track as he takes care of out number 2. It's time now for the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to hashtag Nesson fan photo for a chance to be shown in our broadcast. Brought to you by AT&T. Tonight, Carl wants us to know Maine is Red Sox Nation. Two down in the second. Juan Francisco the batter. Francisco back at third base, second straight start there. .224, 16 homers, 43 runs batted in. One mistake so far for Joe Kelly. Jose Bautista taking him out of the yard in the first inning with 2 down. Difference in the game right now. Be careful with Francisco. He can leave too. 16 home runs on the year. Four-pitch walk, and Francisco down to first base. Walks have been a problem for Joe Kelly. Well, follow every Red Sox game through season's end with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone or tablet. Get live look-ins, replay reviews, scores, stats, live radio broadcasts, the MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Download At Bat on the App Store or visit redsox.com/mobile today. 2 down, Francisco at first base. Kevin Pillar takes strike 1. Pillar just called up. prior to the first game of this series from Buffalo once again. And starting in center field each of the last 2 nights.
Colby Rasmus, their regular center fielder, out ill the last couple of nights. So Pilar gets the opportunity, and as Don told you, had good numbers down at AAA.
Well, 323 is batting average in 100 games for Buffalo this year.
Didn't look too good on that curveball from Joe Kelly.
Back on May 22nd, Pilar had a 3-hit game against the Red Sox. It's Colby Rasmus on the bench again tonight. And Pilar gets hit. So a walk and a hit batter, and the Blue Jays have runners at first and second with 2 down.
That fastball just kept the tailing, and Pilar knew where he could go to get out of the way. And after 2 quick outs, 2 base runners, walk, hit batter. That 2-seamer gonna keep running in, and right off the elbow, where I believe he has a guard.
First and second, Francisco at second, Pilar at first, and Miyori Kawasaki doing a .277 average, no homers, 11 runs batted in. Three for 4 in the game last night. Double an RBI and was on base 4 times. Also hit by a pitch in last night's game. Strike called. Kawasaki didn't like it. 1-1. Strike 2. A little further out that time. McKelly getting the call.
It'd be nice if he kept getting those calls all night long.
Line foul. Fans, you can test your Red Sox IQ right now with the MLB Pre-Play mobile app. Download for free and start predicting every at-bat of every Red Sox game all season. Tonight, Pre-Play predicts Joe Kelly will go 5 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits, giving up 3 earned runs, and striking out 5. Kawasaki choked up on the bat per usual. Take strike 3. He was jumping back out of the way, and it's called a strike. Kelly's first K ends the 2nd inning. We'll check in on this when we come back. Bottom third of the Red Sox order, Mookie Betts, Will Middlebrooks, and David Ross to face Marcus Stroman, who has retired the first 6 Red Sox he's faced in the game, all ground ball outs. And Mookie Betts takes strike 1. Fastball poured in there at 93 miles an hour. That's at 254, 2 homers, 3 runs batted in.
Fastball, slider, changeup from Stroman. Velocity in the mid-90s.
In there for strike 2. Well, he certainly has been impressive against the Red Sox. We showed you the numbers against Boston. 2-0, the 0.64 earned run average against Boston this season. He's brought his A game in each of the outings. Dealing with Mookie Betts, who is 2 for 8 in the series, and Mookie getting his 2nd home run in the major leagues in this series. Very late swing. 93 and by him. A strikeout for Stroman as we check in with Gary.
Well, guys, first of all, it's really good to see you here on flat, solid ground. After that conversation we had last night, the adventures of Arnie and Gary commemorated this morning, 9 o'clock. We went way up to the edge walk, 116 stories above ground. That's over 1,100 feet. Yeah, it was the real deal. There's first base coach Arnie Baylor right there, and here's me trying to attempt to do the toes over Toronto. And that's the real deal, guys. Hanging over the edge, put your heels against that little walkway, and you just trust in that rope to kind of hold you there. And hopefully nothing goes awry. 60,000 people have done that edge walk. Only 32 have ever backed out in the 2 years that they've been doing that. It was close to being 33 after they gave me all those instructions. Yeah, that's not a good look for me at all. But check out Arnie Baylor, just loving it. High fives, taking it. That was the sketchiest part of it all. It's the Superman. That was sketchy, guys. It was 30 minutes, and every single minute I was like, hey, when's this going to end? Hopefully sometime soon. But Arnie, he was just loving it. He kind of led our group, and I basically just did whatever they asked me to do. They kind of take you all the way around. The tour guide was saying it's the clearest day of the year, so you can actually look across the lake and see Niagara Falls. We saw the mist coming from the falls, and that's like 60 miles across the lake. So that was a pretty cool / scary / regrettable / unforgettable experience this morning. It was pretty cool.
I got to ask you about the toe thing, because to me the toe thing would be the absolute scariest. Is actually a live look at people doing what you did this morning. But I mean, you have to have the feeling you're just going to fall right off the side of that thing.
Have that feeling a lot.
Yeah, and how many people have fallen off the side of that thing but have been held up by the rope? Any idea they share that info with you?
That's the one question I didn't want to ask, because if he said, 100 or 1,000, whatever number he would have said, I would have added 1 to that and thought, all right, we'll just go ahead and add that 1 to the list. So I peppered him with like 20 questions before we even went up to the elevator. And that's a whole nother story. The elevator shoots you up, and it's actually a glass floor, so you're like looking down into the depths. So that was the one question I avoided, because that's the one question I didn't really want to know the answer to. That's
the one I would have had to have an answer to before I even get out there, I think.
Nah.
Very
Forget
scary.
about it.
Good for you.
It was a good time. It was a good time.
I give both guys a lot of credit for even attempting that, and Arnie actually enjoying it.
Yeah, he looked like he was really enjoying it.
Yeah, and that's something that I would never consider ever doing. And then good for them. I mean, that's got to be a remarkable view from up there to be able to see.
You and I will never know. You and I will never know.
I'll never see, except from an airplane, but not from what they did today.
And that's the next thing. Actually, you mentioned the airplane. Arnie was saying that next spring training we're going skydiving. So book it, pencil it in. The adventures of Arnie and Gary will continue. That'll be in spring training, and of course the CN Tower Edge Walk. That's actually inspired our poll question, which is coming up a little bit later.
I've already got an answer to that poll question for myself anyway.
You've seen the answer list?
Yes, I have.
I'm guessing it's E or Sox 4.
Sox 4.
Sox 4, I'm sure.
2-out walk here for David Ross, first base runner of the night for Boston after back-to-back strikeouts for Betts and Middlebrooks. So number 9 man drawing a walk here, and back up top to the top of the order for Brock Holt.
Something in center field right now holding up the action as the ball attendant Goes out to make a relay. It's like a sign of something that came down. Yeah. What happened?
Attention Red Sox Nation, there's a reason why the Boston Red Sox and the rest of America run on Dunkin', because our coffee is consistently smooth and delicious. Dunkin' Donuts coffee started right here in Boston. It's the #1 coffee in New England. So you want the best coffee in town, there's only one choice. It's Dunkin' Donuts. The Boston Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Two down, Ross at first base. And a pitch inside. Holt grounding out to shortstop in the first inning. Now it's a ground ball to first, and Adam Lind will take it himself to the bag to end the top of the third. Through 2.5, Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead. CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 donation once again this season. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. 1-0 Blue Jays on top of the Red Sox. Into the third inning we go. Top of the order, Jose Reyes, Melky Cabrera, and Jose Bautista. Face Joe Kelly. Kelly's first pitch, a strike. Reyes grounding out to Pedroia at second base, and a good defensive play back in the first inning. One hit so far tonight for the Jays. That was a home run by Bautista. Two Blue Jays reached in the second, a walk and a hit batter. Allowed by Kelly. There's another strike. On the outside corner for strike 3. Second strikeout for Kelly, one down. Send it down to Gary.
Guys, so that new Scion TC poll with tonight's poll question. So we were talking about the CN Tower Edge Walk. Which would you do? Sox 1 for bungee jumping, Sox 2 the CN Tower Edge Walk, Sox 3 skydiving, or how about Jerry's answer? Sox 4 None of the above. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates. Those may apply. Text help if you need it. Visit NESN.com/terms for all that fun legal stuff, guys.
I'll say this, Jerry, because I am going with the Sox 4 there also.
Right.
But I would do that skywalk thing up there and the CN Tower before I would do bungee jumping or skydiving.
Yeah, now see, I'm a little bit different than you. You would go up there.
I would go up there before. If I had to choose one of those three things, it would be the CN Tower.
Sure.
No bungee jumping ever. And skydiving is completely out of the question.
Yeah, skydiving for me is a definite no. Look at Ani Bale. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's hanging out. And the CN Tower, no. I would. There's a chance I could bungee jump.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, there's a chance that I could do that.
Okay.
I said a chance, but I'm still a 4. I'm still none of the above. But that would be the closest thing I could come, is bungee jumping.
Yeah, on occasion those things snap. And
I'm aware of that. I know.
And most of the stuff you're jumping into would be real bad for you if you snap. Really, like real bad. Like
no, there's no good result to any of those.
No,
no.
If it goes bad, it goes really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Strike over the outside corner to Melky Cabrera.
My dear, skydiving is like falling out of bed.
This will make Cabrera jump around a little bit on a pitch in tight. 3-1. It's a great season this year with the Blue Jays. .310 average, 15 homers, 70 runs batted in. And every day in left field for the Jays. Foul tip, full count. Jose Bautista waiting on deck. Difference in this game right now. Swing and a miss, and Kelly's able to strike out Cabrera. That's 3 straight Ks now for Kelly. 2 down.
He's shown very good control since Kawasaki's at bat to end last inning. He showed good control against Reyes to strike him out. Then a very good curveball right there from Kelly, down and in, off the plate to pick up the strikeout against Cabrera.
2 down for Jose Bautista. Homered in the first inning, his 26th home run of the year. Back in the first top, Joe Kelly. Pitcher was over the outside edge, but able to hook it out of the yard out there in left center.
As sideline reporters here at NESN, is it part of the job description that you have to be a daredevil? Because
seems that way.
It seems that
back up the middle into center field. Batista is 2 for 2.
Seems like everybody that has had a job recently does something like that.
Yeah.
And is that part of the deal?
It must be. Side of a building or the top of the trop.
I think it may or may not have been kind of slid into my contract there. Not too sure, though. But I don't say no to too many things.
2 down, Bautista at first base. Adam Lynn, the batter. Flight out to the warning track in left field. Nava made the catch in front of the wall on Lind. Staying away again, and it's 2-0. Edwin Encarnacion on deck with 2 down and runner at first base here in the Toronto 3rd inning. In there for a strike. Well, for whatever reason, the Red Sox have scored a good chunk of runs here this year at the Rogers Center. Boston's now scored 52 runs in 9 games this season here for an average of 5.8 runs per game. Compared to their overall average of runs per game this season, it's 3.9 for the regular season. But here in Toronto, they put up some pretty good offensive numbers. Defensive alignment is perfect as Holt right in behind second tags the bag and ends the 3rd. 1-0 Jays. We move into the 4th inning, and it's 2-3 and 4 for Boston in the inning. Roy Ortiz and Napoli. Strong start for Marcus Stroman again tonight against the Red Sox. First time through, Stroman allowed only 1 batter to reach, and that was David Ross on a walk. Otherwise, he's retired everybody else that he's faced in this game. Pedroia to ground out to second base, and perhaps again, Kawasaki's long throw is dug out by Lynn. Nice play by Kawasaki, off balance and in the air to get Pedroia 1 down.
Yeah, that's a very nice play by Kawasaki, showing range on the unofficial surface first of all, and then the jump throw to first base, and nice pick at the other end by Adam Lynn. So 2 very nice plays for the 1 out.
One down here in the 4th inning. And it brings up David Ortiz. He grounded out and into the shift to Kawasaki at second base, or in short right into the shift. And there it is again. Late on the fastball, and it's 0-2.
That 2-seam fastball that time from Stroman, working down and away from David Ortiz. That's a good pitch right there. That's a great effort by Stroman. I think After going away from Big Papi, he comes back inside with a two-seamer and almost picked up the inside corner. Had Ortiz jumping back, and that didn't miss by very much.
On the ground up the middle into center field, a base hit for David Ortiz. So the first hit of the night for Boston, a single for Big Papi. From technologies that make your life easier to people who care about your community, Eastern Bank is committed to putting you first. Learn all the ways Eastern puts you first at easternbank.com. David Ortiz with a one-out single. Second base runner of the night for Boston, as Ross had walked in the third inning and did not advance. Mike Napoli 0 for 1 tonight. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, Gary Streisky from the Rogers Center in Toronto. Game 3 of the 3-game series. Finale of the first leg of this 3-city tour for the Red Sox. Still Tampa and New York to go as part of this trip. And the Red Sox tonight try to make it a clean sweep of the Jays. But right now trailing 1-0 thanks to a home run in the first inning by Jose Bautista. 1-1 is on the ground to short. Reyes going to try for 2. The second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play, hands at top of the 4th. Jays lead at 1-0. That's how they've been named the #1 SBA lender in Massachusetts 5 years in a row. Eastern Bank, here, your first. Bottom of the 4th inning, back at the Rogers Center in Toronto. Edwin Encarnacion leading it off, with Deoner Navarro and Juan Francisco to follow. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Encarnacion grounded out to the shortstop, Brock Holt, in the 2nd inning. Wild swing and a miss there, down 0-2, and badly fooled.
Back-to-back breaking balls. The curveball to start him off. A slider on the second pitch to get the off-balance swing from Encarnacion.
Tried another one, but it slipped out of his hand. David Ross doing the catching tonight. Two and two. Christian Vasquez works out to have 2 days off. Tomorrow's a scheduled off day. And they yank that down and away. Full count. Encarnacion now. Navarro next. Ball four, and he loses it. So there's the second walk given up by Kelly. Leadoff walk here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, now offers walk-in urgent care in Chestnut Hill. It's open 10 hours a day for minor emergencies, and every patient is seen by a board-certified emergency medicine physician. For more, visit bidmc.org/Chestnut Hill. Encarnacion at first base to get this bottom of the fourth inning started. There's Deanna Navarro. Flied out to right field in the second inning, 0 for 1. Here's strike one. Burrow broke into the big leagues initially with the Yankees. It's a ground ball to third base. Middlebrooks to second, waiting for Pedroia to get there, and the throw to first in time. The double play. Now Pedroia had to go a long way to get to the bag at second to turn that double play. When he got there, he gets rid of it quickly, and they turn it.
Yeah, Pedroia, because it's a left-handed hitter, is shading him a little bit to pull. And so that's why it takes him longer to get to that second base bag. You see where he's playing and how far he's got to go. So Middlebrooks has to kind of lead him to the bag, sprints across it, makes the throw, and gets the double play. Good angle of it right there. Fortunately, neither guy on the bases had very good speed at all, and the Red Sox were able to turn it over.
It's got to be difficult. You're kind of throwing to an area rather than a person.
That's exactly right. It's like Tom Brady leading receiver.
Two down here in the fourth inning. Juan Francisco coming up. Walked in the second inning. One of two walks given up by Kelly in this outing. Now 0-2. Kevin Pillar on deck. 2 outs here in the Blue Jays' fourth inning. Bouncing in for ball 2. Close pitch.
Yeah, Joe Kelly heading to the Red Sox dugout after that breaking ball. Thought he had strike 3. Yeah, looks like he probably did.
Instead a 3-2. And he gets him in the end. Strikes out Francisco. 4 Ks for Kelly. 1-0 lead for the Blue Jays. This season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Cystic Fibrosis Multiple Sclerosis Foundation. Visit cfmsfund.org for more info. 5th inning, Daniel Nava leading it off with Toronto on top 1-0. Two teams have combined for only 3 hits. Nava takes strike 1. Grounded out to Kawasaki at second base in the 2nd inning. Stroman coming in with a record of 7-5, a 4.11 earned run average, but 2-0 against Boston. '50th pitch coming up for him. First batter here of the 5th inning. Pretty good pitch, but because Navarro had to reach across, he didn't get the call. Or did he? No, 1-2. Called the ball. Should have been called a strike.
Yes, it should have. And, you know, there's no excuse for that because the umpire is looking right down at that corner. That's the part I don't get about those calls like that where they have to reach across. The umpire generally is looking right at the corner where the baseball is.
And it's supposed to be where it crosses the plate, not where it hits the glove.
Exactly.
But you get the feeling you hit the target, most times you get a strike.
Yeah. We should do something about it, Don.
Like what? Call somebody. Moving there to left field, down the line. Cabrera towards the corner, but he won't have a play, and it's a foul ball. Fortunately for Cabrera, just didn't get there.
That ball slicing and slicing. Cabrera going as hard as he can, but has to pull up. There's no room, really, between that foul line down there and the wall. It's a lot like Fenway Park in Boston when you get very deep down there.
Nava climbing back in the box here. Count of 2-2. Seventh pitch of the at bat coming up for Nava, beginning this fifth inning. Now Craig, then Mookie Betts. Another very close pitch, not getting the call is Stroman. Seen a few.
Yeah, that's at least two right there that could have been called strikes. Daniel Nava still fortunate to be up at this plate.
Fouls it off to the left out of play. Ninth pitch of the at bat. And a fly ball to left field. Melky Cabrera out there. Makes the catch for the first out of the fifth inning. For Sunday Catch, an all-new episode of Nesset Clubhouse, where kids run the show. How are baseball gloves made? Find out at the Baseball Lab. Plus, we learn what it's like to be a Fenway bat boy and how to score an error. Don't miss Nesset Clubhouse live and commercial-free Sunday at noon.
It'll be an interesting segment, I think, for the kids out there in Nesset Clubhouse.
What's that?
A segment with umpires, with an umpire.
A great idea.
Get the nuances of how they think, what their duties are, how they cover each base for each other.
You should call someone.
I don't know who to call.
Or tell Gary. I mean, Gary hosts the show, so you probably tell Gary. A two pitch in the dirt. Stroman kind of
does he have content?
Editorial decisions?
Yes.
I think he's part of that. I don't think anything gets done without Gary knowing about it.
It's a pretty solid idea, actually, Jerry. We're going to definitely jot that one down. What I would like to know is the technique behind the strike three calls, because some of these umpires, they get into them.
Wow, that'd be a good segment, I think.
Well, Craig striking out. It is the third strikeout now for Stroman. 2 down.
Stroman goes to the slider that time to pick up the strikeout against Craig. Tell you, we have seen absolutely nothing but good from Stroman since he's been pitching against the Red Sox. There's a different style from the umpire there. That would be interesting because they all have their own little flair to a strike three call.
2 down from Mookie Betts.
My all-time personal favorite, I've mentioned it before, was Jerry Neudecker, who would just say to you, strike a hike. In other words, take a hike. When you strike three,
Strike a hike.
Strike a hike. And you hike back to the dugout.
Mookie Betts struck out in the third inning. It's his second look here at Stroman. And a grounder sharply to short, gathered by Reyes. Inning over. Halfway through this one, the Blue Jays have a 1-0 lead. 2 hits, a 1 run, the home run by Jose Bautista. 2 walks, 4 Ks. 64 pitches deep is Kelly as he works here into the bottom of the 5th inning. 8-9-1. Pilar, Kawasaki, and Reyes scheduled to bat. Pilar hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Mookie Betts, center fielder, in shallow and over towards right center for Pilar to go the other way. To left, and Nava going back to make the catch on the run towards the warning track for the first out of the inning.
Now they had him played perfectly, didn't they? They had Nava well off that line in left field, almost in left center field. And when Pilar makes contact, you've got to see Nava come into the pitcher very quickly. Going back toward the scoreboard, and it makes the catch going away. Defense well positioned for Pilar on that.
Look at a new look here on Kawasaki. Consistent in what they've done, but certainly different from how they prepared for Pilar. There's a chopper to short. Holt's got to hurry, and it's dug out by Napoli. Nice play. Both ends, 2 down.
Well, we've seen Reyes go barehanded earlier in the ball game. Now we see Brock Holt do the same thing. It's really the only chance you got. If you go to the glove, you probably don't have time for the transfer. Napoli with the pick on the other end. So 2 nice plays again.
Two down in the 5th inning. Top of the order, Jose Reyes. Grounded out to second base and struck out looking. Grounder foul. Swing and a miss. Reyes down 0-2. Text the plate, fouls it off. I'll remind you to vote for the Amica Pitcher of the Week at NESN.com/Amica. Enter to win a $100 gift card from NESN to the Yawkey Way team store. No 2 pitch to Reyes. Broken back grounder to Pedroia. 1-2-3, 5th inning for Kelly. We go to the 6th. Jays have a 1-0 lead. hit, no runs so far, walking 3 Ks, 63 pitches deep. Only hit the single by David Ortiz back up the middle to center field. Well, Middlebrooks struck out his first time up and takes strike 1. On the ground right side, Kawasaki moving over. It's throw in time to get Middlebrooks for the first out of the inning. All football season, play the $500,000 football challenge at Foxwoods Resort Casino. Each week, the guest with the most picks wins $5,000. Foxwoods is the official sponsor of the Boston Red Sox. One out in the 6th inning for David Ross. One of only 2 Boston base runners in the game. He walked in the 3rd inning. Fouled off to the right for strike 1. First appearance of the series for Ross. Was activated last Thursday from the 15-day DL with the right plantar fasciitis. His 41st start of the year.
And you were exactly right on time with that that diagnosis of that too. Once it pops, then you're okay.
Yeah, it gets better.
Yeah, I had no idea about that.
Rupture. On the ground left side off of Francisco. Reyes picks it up but no play, and Ross is aboard at first base.
Let's see if they give David Ross a base hit on this. Francisco's not exactly blessed with great range down at third base. He does get a glove on it, but I think it'll go as a base hit. We'll see. Over the years, it's been tough scoring up here in Toronto.
E5.
Huh? Yeah. Picks up error number 12 on the season.
One out, one on. Top of the order, Brock Holt. 0 for 2. He's grounded to short, grounded out to first. And into left center field, and a base hit for Holt. So Ross up to second base. Second hit of the night for Boston. It belongs to Brock Holt.
Extends a hitting streak now to 5 games for Brock Holt. Looked like that might have been a changeup that time that he just serves out to center field for the base hit. Ball tailing away from him.
Two on, one away. Dustin Pedroia, the batter. Red Sox trailing 1-0. First time they've had 2 men on in an inning. Two and 0. Stroman has induced 1 double play in this game. And Napoli to ground into the 6-4-3 to end the 4th inning. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Ross will be stopped at third as Cabrera's up with it quickly, and the Red Sox have him loaded.
Pedroia finds that hole between third and short with the topspin ground ball. Of course, Ross still having problems running, is not going to be able to score as the ball gets to the outfield very quickly on the artificial surface. So Butterfield has to hold him up at third base.
Bases filled here with Red Sox, one out. David Ortiz with the chance. He's grounded out to second base and singled to center field. To right center field for Big Poppy. That's going to get in for a hit. Ross is coming in to score. Brock Holt will be stopped at third base, and the Red Sox tie the game. So Big Poppy on his second hit of the night drives in the Red Sox first run, and it's tied 1-1.
Yeah, a little surprised that 2 runs didn't score on that, because there was little doubt that ball was going to drop in, but it was safely first by the base runners, and only Ross could come in to score. When this ball left the bat, you could tell it was going to drop in front of the outfielders out there. Let's see what Brock Holt does. No, he holds up. See, he's not sure that it's going to be caught or not, so he can only make it to third base.
Pete Walker, the pitching coach, out there to talk to Stroman. Napoli, the batter, he's grounded out to third, and last time up, grounded into the 6-4-3 double play. And the dirt gets away. Here comes Brock Holt. He will score, and the Red Sox take a 2-1 lead. Wild pitch charged to Stroman. Breaks the tie, and Boston takes a lead.
Yeah, and I didn't like the effort by Navarro behind the plate. With a man at third base, you've got to try to get your body in front of the baseball to block it, not backhand it like that. And that's a break for the Red Sox right there, as that ball gets by Navarro, and in to score comes Holt to give the Red Sox the lead.
Now second and third. Napoli takes the breaking ball for a strike. Pedroia at third base, Ortiz at second base with one out. Napoli late on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Three hits and an error in the inning. Wild pitch so far, leading to 2 runs. 2-2. Napoli grounds it back to the mound. Stroman looks Pedroia back and throws to first for the out. 2 down.
That's a huge out right there for Stroman. Little tap it right back to him. He checks the runner at third base. Pedroia is not going on contact, and he gets the out at first base.
Two down. Nava coming up. He's grounded out to second base. Flied out to left. There's strike one. Pedroia at third, Ortiz at second. In the dirt, gathered by Navarro. 1-1. Red Sox for the first 5 innings could do nothing with Stroman. They had just 1 hit and a walk in the first 5. They get to him here in the 6th inning for a couple of runs so far. Trying to minimize the damage right now. Nava takes the strike. Second and third, 2 down, a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out, inning over, but the Red Sox do get 2 and take a 2-1 lead. Town Fair Tire, the best prices and great free services because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Red Sox getting 2 in the top half of the 6th inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and Melky Cabrera, Jose Bautista, and Adam Lind to face Joe Kelly with a newfound lead. Cabrera takes strike 1. Cabrera's grounded out to first and struck out swinging. Center field, that's moving back for the first out of the 6th inning.
Well, the Red Sox side has played some very good defense so far in this game, and it starts off with Dustin Pedroia making a diving play, followed by Mike Napoli taking extra bases away. A 5-4-3 double play turned over as Pedroia had a long way to go. And then Brock Holt, barehanded, and a nice scoop at first base by Napoli. So Joe Kelly has had some good D behind him tonight.
One down here in the 6th inning. Jose Bautista, the batter. It's been a problem tonight for Joe Kelly. A home run and a single. So he backs out. Bautista getting that home run swing back again. A home run here last night. Home run tonight, his first at bat. And a swing and a miss, 1-1. On the corner, gets it that time. 1-2.
Yeah, good curveball that time by Kelly. A fastball that he swung and missed at. Then he goes back with that breaking ball, low and away.
Grounded with a shift on. It's Pedroia on the left side of the infield. It throws out Bautista for the second out of the 6th inning. Well, it's Saturday, August 30th. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers will perform their hits live in concert at Fenway Park with very special guest Steve Winwood. These rock and roll legends will take the stage at 7 p.m. sharp. Great tickets have just been released for purchase. You can find more information at redsox.com/Tom Petty.
When is that done? Saturday?
That is Saturday, August the 30th.
We have a day game in Tampa.
I don't think we do.
Oh, no, we don't. We have a night game.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a confusing weekend because we got a wraparound series. Play Sunday and then also Monday in Tampa.
Sunday and Monday are day games. Pitch outside and the count is 2-0. Here's your schedule. Off day tomorrow, then 4 in Tampa before the Red Sox go to New York. And Toronto back home and Baltimore for a brief 6-game homestand.
Yeah, tomorrow will be a great day to have a Stratomatic tournament on our off day down in Tampa.
So one foul back, but of course you don't have it, so you can't do that.
You didn't bring? Did you bring yours?
I did not bring mine. I did not travel it.
I couldn't bring mine because I have not received mine yet from Gary Roy at Nesson, public relations director. Seems to have pilferaged mine. That's just the word I get out of sources inside Nesson.
Industry sources?
Yes.
You know if there's an investigation underway yet?
I don't know. I keep mentioning it, but I don't receive the game, nor does receive any word from Gary Roy himself.
He seems to have gone into hiding.
Public relations director at Nesson.
2-1 to Lynn. Gonna get away. 3-1.
Michael Narachi and I could teach you how to play in 5 minutes.
I need help. Action in the pen now as Tommy Lane, the left-hander, is up. 81 pitches for Kelly. Swing and a miss. That's a full count.
Yeah, it took a little something off the curveball that time. A little different velocity with the breaking ball.
Sharply hit, but beautifully picked by Middlebrooks in the backhand. The throw dug out on the other side by Napoli. Nice play again on both ends. A hot shot from Lynn. packs will keep you running and guarantees to satisfy any fan base. Ordered by 11:30 a.m. and get free same-day delivery. Who by W.B. Mason. That's on to the 7th inning, 2-1. Red Sox have the lead over the Blue Jays. And Alan Craig, Mookie Betts, Will Middlebrook scheduled to bat here against Marcus Stroman. 83 pitches deep into his outing, starting the 7th inning. Ran into a little bit of trouble in the 6th. Red Sox get 2 off him. Alan Craig last night with his first home run in a Red Sox uniform. Tonight 0 for 2. Grounding out to short, striking out swinging. Grounded to third base. Juan Francisco throws out Alan Craig. One out in the 7th inning. Mookie Betts coming up. Betts struck out in the 3rd, grounded out to short in the 5th. In there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Six, 7, and 8 here for the Red Sox in the 7th inning. Popped up foul. On the move is Lind, heading over, but he won't have a play. I wonder about the health of Kelly a little bit. We saw him leave after 5 innings last time out after 83 pitches tonight in 6 innings, pitching very well. Tommy Lind continues to warm in the pen.
I wonder if they're just being cautious with him, or I mean, he still has very good stuff in this game tonight.
Oh, 2 to Betts. Is in there for strike 3. That was nasty. Came back. And there's 5 strikeouts now for Stroman. 2 down.
Yeah, he's got a very good two-seam fastball. We've seen it over and over again. This time he goes away from the right-hander Betts, and he brings it back on the corner. That is just a nasty pitch right there. One the right-hander gives up on. I really like Stroman a lot from what I've seen. Not just because of the record against the Red Sox, but everything he does.
Mika Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
I didn't know you were coming with Mika, Don. I'm sorry. I went on too long.
You were making a good point about how much you like.
Well, I do.
Stroman.
I do like him a lot. You know, he works quickly. He's got good stuff. He has no fear. And, you know, that's what he's shown us in 3 games against the Red Sox this year. His delivery reminds me a little bit of Tom Gordon. Remember Tom Gordon?
Sure.
Does it remind you at all of him?
He is, yeah, and his size, too. Stroman is 23 years old, from Medford, New York. Fly ball out to a deep right center field off the bat of Middlebrooks, but Pilar onto the track to make the catch. A 1-2-3 7th inning stretch 2-1 Boston. better way to show your employees a good time than treating them to a night at Fenway Park. Go to redsox.com/groups to book your company outing now. A bigger crowd here tonight than we've had in each of the first two nights of this series. Tonight, 30,285 on hand. 32,850 for Game 3 of the series. Edwin and Encarnacion to lead it off here for the Blue Jays. It is Joe Kelly back on the mound. Retired the last 8 in a row. And a swing and a miss for Encarnacion. Lane continues to warm in the pen. In fact, there's more action now out there besides Lane. Curveball missing. Could have been a strike. 1-1. Zawa has joined Lane. Line down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Over the plate is Craig to second base. Goes Encarnacion, the leadoff double to begin the bottom of the 7th inning.
Now first hit for the Blue Jays since back in the 3rd inning when Batista had a base hit. Encarnacion going to the opposite field, something he does not do very often. That fastball was up and in and somehow muscles the ball down that right field line. And by the time Craig gets to it, it's the 2-base hit.
Pitching change from Toronto. 2-1 Red Sox. Here tonight, Joe Kelly was very good. 6+ innings, only giving up 3 hits. Just gave up a hit, a double to Edwin Encarnacion. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. And Tommy Lane coming into the game. The runner at second, nobody out, into his 15th appearance with Boston. 1-0, the 0.84 earned run average. It's 9 Ks and 10 2/3. Opponent sitting at 167 against Lane. Deanna Navarro, the batter. And he will take ball 1. Navarro's fly to right and grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. Leadoff double by Edwin Encarnacion. Navarro pops it up. Ross can't catch it. Looked like he had it lined up, but off the glove.
You know, catchers are so used to going back behind home plate and have that ball come back to them that it seems like when they get in these positions where the ball is not going to tail back to them, they get in trouble. And David Ross right there, you can see the ball going forward instead of backward.
So the error charge to Ross. Another chance here for Navarro. Gets new life. 1-1 the count. .321, 4 homers, 48 RBIs with runners in scoring position. Driven to left, but he's out ahead. Fortunately for Lane.
Yeah, left the breaking ball upstairs that time, and Navarro way out in front of it. Almost a one-handed swing, but plenty of power behind it.
Fights it off foul. Still 2-2. On deck now, Danny Valencia has come out for Juan Francisco. Don Orsillo, Jerry Remy, Gary Strysky tonight from Toronto. The last game of the series. Red Sox trying to make it a sweep and have a 2-1 lead. The Blue Jays are threatening here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Leadoff double by Encarnacion. Now a 2-2 pitch to Deanna Navarro. To left and a base hit. Encarnacion will get as far as third. Base hit for Navarro, and it's first and third with nobody out for Toronto.
Well, they switched Navarro around to the right side of the plate and almost hit a home run. It was foul. Then this line drive just over the head of Brock Holt. Encarnacion, who is not running well, will make it to third base, and that's going to be it for Lane.
So 1 and done for Lane. Tazawa will be coming in. It's 2-1 Boston right now. Weatherproof labels from WB Mason are built to withstand the extreme elements. Avoid Mother Nature's smudges and smears and trust only Avery labels for the most essential shipments from who but WB Mason. Well, Joe Kelly, Tommy Lane so far in the 7th inning, and now Shinichi Tozawa. 63rd appearance, 3-3 with a 2.95 earned run average in 55 innings, 59 strikeouts for Tozawa. Opponent sitting at 256 against the right-hander. Pinch hitter here in Valencia. Batting for Francisco. Valencia taking ball 1. Former member of the Red Sox, however, briefly. 287, 2 homers, 14 runs batted in. Tozawa falling behind 2-0. Tozawa picked up the win here last night after a scoreless 10th inning. His first win since August the 6th at St. Louis. He's now appeared in 15 of the last 25 Red Sox games, and it's all been in August. He's logged 13 1/3 in August. Valencia at a deep left field. Nava going back at the wall. It's gone. Pinch hit, 3-run home run for Danny Valencia.
Well, he got a fastball down and in and just golfed it out of here. Watch the location of this pitch, inside, down, and Valencia cleans it out. So all the runs for the Blue Jays coming tonight via the home run.
One run is charged to Kelly in this inning, 1 run to Lane, and 1 run to Tozawa. First career pinch hit home run for Danny Valencia. Has Toronto on top 4-2. In there for strike 1-1. So the final book on Kelly, 6+, 3 hits, 2 runs. He walked 2 and struck out 4. Lane is not recorded out. He's charged with a hit and a run. And Joe Kelly still looking for his first win in a Red Sox uniform. This is line foul. Lane now technically on the hook. One two is outside. 2-2. Pilar hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, flying out to the warning track in the 5th in left field. Sharply by the dive, and Middlebrooks at third base in the left. And trying to leg out a double, and doing so successfully is Pilar.
First of all, a high split-fingered fastball by Tazawa and hustle by Pilar to get into second base. This really shouldn't happen. Ground ball by the third baseman. You could see where Nava was playing. He was playing him towards center field, so he did have quite a distance to go, but Pilar hustling all the way makes a two-base hit.
Just back from AAA Buffalo, second straight start for him. He's got himself a double here in the 7th inning. 4 straight hits for the Jays. And here's Kawasaki, already kind of squaring. Now he pulls it back as they charge. Lou Rivera, the former Red Sox shortstop, reeling off the science here for the Jays from his third base position. Shows bunt again and called the ball. 2-0. Edwin Escobar just called up today. Keith Hembury returned to Pawtucket. Kawasaki gets it down. Zawa goes to first for the out. Sacrifice complete. Pedroia covering, so 1-4 on the sacrifice. It gets Pilar to third.
Good job by Kawasaki getting that ball enough on the artificial surface. So the pitcher is the only one that can field it. Only plays the first base to get the out. Kawasaki gets the job done. Now the Red Sox pull the infield in with the man at third base.
So Pilar at third. Jose Reyes coming up here to attempt to add on to this Blue Jays 2-run lead now. So 0 for 3 from the top spot for the Jays. Grounding out to second. Striking out, grounding out to second again. Reyes will take ball 1. '63rd appearance for Tazawa, leading the Red Sox in appearances. Reyes towards short. Holt coming home, and the throw will be late. Pilar's in, and the Blue Jays take a 5-2 lead.
You've got to give Pilar a lot of credit in that trip around the bases. I mean, he turned a single into a double, gets the third base on the sacrifice, then they put the contact play on. He gets an excellent jump at third base. Watch the jump on contact, and off he goes. It's a good play by Holt. The throw's a little bit high, but still he has it beat. Just good base running by Pilar all the way around. Just hustle.
So a 4-run 7th inning so far for the Blue Jays. Now Melky Cabrera bats. One out in the inning. See if they keep the pressure on here with Reyes at first base.
Reyes 23 steals on the season, caught twice.
Grounder right side. Pedroia with a tough hop goes to second for 1. That's all they'll get. As reaching at first is Cabrera. They get the lead runner in Reyes for the second out of the inning.
Looked like that ball might have hit a seam on Dustin Pedroia as it bounced up high. And from that point, all he's got a chance is to get the force out at second base. Watch that next hop right there, how high it bounces.
So Cabrera at first, 2 down, and Jose Bautista homered back in the first inning. As a 2-hit night, also singled. Eighth member of the Jays to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Action for the Jays now. Brett Cecil, left-hander, is up. Marcus Stroman, 92 pitches through the first 7. And his offense coming alive for him here in this bottom of the 7th inning. Going from a 1-run deficit to now a 3-run lead. Bautista jolts it foul off to the right. Two balls, 2 strikes to Bautista.
Tazawa has not thrown a split-fingered fastball since Pilar got that double on him a couple of hitters ago. And trying to get Bautista with fastballs. This might be the splitter here.
Left side is short. Holt will go to second for the force out that ends the inning. With the damage done, Toronto scores 4 times, takes a 5-2 lead. the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway, all the 200% guaranteed. Right now, A's Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Visit A's Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Doing some work here on the mound as Marcus Stroman has been patiently waiting here for them to work on it. Not sure if he asked for it or not, but working on it here the entire break. Danny Valencia, after his pinch hit 3-run home run, stays in the game at third base. Worked out to be a good decision for John Gibbons there. Well, tonight's game summary is brought to you by Xfinity. Well, pitch ball game on both sides up until the 7th inning as Joe Kelly, 6+ innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. He walked 2, struck out 4. David Ortiz 2 for 3 in his return tonight with a couple of singles and an RBI. And Stroman still in this game. Stroman at 7 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 runs in the game. 1 is earned. Valencia, of course, with that pinch hit 3-run home run. And Jose Bautista, 2 hits in the game, including a solo home run. Well, this was last inning. Danny Valencia pinch hitting with 2 on, and Tazawa gives up a 3-run pinch hit home run. 4 runs altogether in the bottom of the 7th inning for Toronto. And now a 5-2 lead to the 8th. With David Ross leading it off. He's been on twice. Walk in the 3rd inning, reached on an error committed by Juan Francisco, the 3rd baseman at the time, in the 6th inning.
I was going to say, Stroman had a long time to sit in that dugout, see if it has any effect on him at all here in the 8th inning. Leads it off with a strike call on David Ross.
He's retired 5 in a row. Has 5 strikeouts in the game tonight, 1 walk. Strike over the outside corner. .95 pitches tonight. Ross fouls it off to the right, out of play. Top of the order, Brock Holt, and then Dustin Pedroia expected to bat here. Red Sox trailing by 3 in the 8th. Strike 3 call. Ross knew it. Takes with him the 6th strikeout for Stroman. It's time now to find out what's on tap later on NESN Sports Today. Well, here in Toronto, it is 5-2. Toronto on top of Boston. Brock Holt has grounded to short, grounded to first, singled, and scored. Next pitch will be the 100th for Marcus Stroman of his outing. That's a strike, 2-1. Strike 2.
That's pretty good stuff right there. He throws the cut fastball inside for a strike. Then he comes back with a 2-seam fastball that runs back inside for a strike.
Just his second full count. Lined and caught at first by Adam Lind. Lunging to his right, reels it in, 2 down.
Well, the advantage of being a left-handed first baseman right there is that glove on the right hand is able to take a base hit away from Brock Holt. Doesn't have to go across his body for it. Ball hit very hard by Holt, but Lynn makes a very nice play at first base.
Two down in the 8th. Yeah, Pedroia taking strike 1. Weston grounded out to second base in the 1st, grounded out to second base in the 4th. Single to left in the 6th inning. Red Sox have been held to 4 hits, and the first 3 batters have them all. 1 for Holt, 1 for Pedroia, and 2 for David Ortiz. Swing and a miss. The rest of the order collectively 0 for 16. Two and two. Roy fouls it off. Well, summer is winding down, but specially priced Red Sox tickets for students are still available for every Sox game. Tickets start at just $9, so go to redsox.com/student to take advantage of this great offer today. Pedroia down the right field line. Bautista on the move towards foul ground. No play. Into the wall pretty hard. One thing is he gets back to his spot in right field.
And it looks like he jammed his ankle a little bit maybe as he took a slide on the warning track area. Takes a peek, see how much room he's got. A couple of looks and ran out of room very quickly as he goes into the slide.
In the dirt, full count. Up the middle into center field, a base hit for Pedroia. His second hit of the night. This one comes with 2 outs here in the 8th. And here comes John Gibbons.
And Stroman not happy about it. He kind of put a little kick to the rubber as he saw Gibbons come out and make the call for the left-hander. He wanted to continue on.
Pitching change from Toronto, 5-2 Jays. communities they serve. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Cystic Fibrosis Multiple Sclerosis Foundation. Visit cfmsfund.org for more info. Marcus Stroman, 7 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, a walk, and 6 Ks. Still responsible for the runner at first base in Pedroia as David Ortiz stands in against the new lefty Brett Cecil. And Ortiz takes strike 1. Cecil's 55th appearance, 1-3 with a 3.40 earned run average, 58 strikeouts in 42 1/3 innings. Opponents hitting at .232 against Cecil. Ortiz 4 for 22 with a home run against Cecil in his career. And down in the count, 0-2.
Now back-to-back breaking balls by Cecil to Ortiz. You don't see Ortiz fooled that often on a breaking ball like that.
Two outs. Pedroia at first, held on by Lynn. Ortiz gets timeout. Ortiz fouls it off to the left. Ortiz to second baseman Kawasaki at short right. It'll end the inning. Shift worked out well for the Jays there. It's 5-2 Toronto. Proudly introducing Joseph Aboud. TC and Jim Rice will preview the weekend series against the Rays. That's Friday at 6 on NESN. Dave Valencia with a pitch hit 3-run home run, part of this 5-2 Blue Jays lead. as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Edwin Escobar making his major league debut. Between the two systems, San Francisco and Boston, 25 starts, 3-10 with a 4.94 ERA. 116 strikeouts, 45 walks, and opponents hitting at 289 against Escobar. Embry going back to Pawtucket. Escobar coming up to Boston. Second stint here for Escobar with the Red Sox. Did not get into a game. He was up August the 10th and 11th. Of course, coming over for Jake Peavy. Steve Tollefson pinch hits here to begin things in the 8th. Pinch hitting for Adam Lind. Ground ball to shortstop Brock Holt for the first out of the inning. Don't miss WB Extra innings tonight right after the game. You can't go wrong when you buy right at WB Mason. DC and Eck will break down Joe Kelly's performance, and you'll hear from the manager John Farrell and his post-game thoughts. One out in the bottom of the 8th. Edwin Encarnacion, the batter. He is grounded out to short, walked and doubled. Scored the game tying run at the time of the 7th inning. Escobar had made 5 starts for the Paw Sox this year, 0-2 with a 4.28 ERA. 22-year-old. In there for a strike, 2-1. After the years, the Giants' #2 overall prospect, according to Baseball America.
The velocity on his fastball, 93-94 so far.
Originally signed by Texas as an international free agent. Out of Venezuela. And then traded to the Giants in 2010. And now the Red Sox as part of the Peavy deal. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Deanna Navarro waiting on deck. One out, last of the 8th. In the air to right field, down the line. Alan Craig over towards the seats. It'll come back for him as he makes the catch. 2 down in the 8th. Hey, Duncan fans, want to enter for the chance to win tickets to the coolest events of the summer? Go to wickedddcoolperks.com to learn more. That's Wicked DD Cool Perks with 2 Ds. And make sure to sign up for DD Perks and use your registered Dunkin' Donuts card all summer long. No purchase necessary. Must be a Master New Hampshire resident, 18 years or older. Ends August the 31st. 2 down in the 8th. Deanna Navarro. 1 for 3 in the game. We'll take strike 1. Navarro flying out to right in the 2nd. Bounced into a 5-4-3 double play in the 4th. Singled to left in the 7th.
Change up that time at 86. A fastball around 93-94. Change up at 86. Also the breaking ball.
There's a pop-up sending Napoli into foul ground. Makes the catch. It ends the 8th. We head for the 9th. 5-2 Toronto. the ninth inning. Mike Napoli just made the catch for the final out of the eighth, leads it off here in the ninth. And takes strike one. Changes for the Blue Jays. Steve Tollefson, pinch hit last inning, takes over at third base. Moving from third to first is Danny Valencia. And staying in the game right now is Brett Cecil. Final out of the eighth, starts the ninth. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
And Cecil's shown a very good curveball since coming into the game. Threw a couple of good ones to Ortiz to end last inning, and good curveball there to Napoli.
Casey Janssen, the closer, not starting this inning. Swing and a miss. Napoli down by way of the K for the first out of the ninth.
Once again, the curveball from Brett Cecil. Very effective for him. The only pitch that was hit hard was his fastball. Ortiz hit a hard ground ball at second base on it, but that breaking ball's been very good.
Pitch hitter coming up here for Nava is Cespedes. Nava had been 0 for 3 in the game. Cespedes 5 for 11 in the series, and off in this game until now. Swing and a miss at the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Talking about Casey Janssen last night. Since the All-Star break, Janssen has had an ERA of 6.81, and he remains in the pen, still warming. Fouled off, 1-2. One out here in the top of the ninth inning. A ball and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Yoenis Cespedes. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Back-to-back Ks in the ninth. 2 down. Boston Red Sox baseball and NESN is brought to you by the new Scion TC, Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, your Subaru dealers of New England, and by Southwest Airlines. 2 down in the ninth inning. Alan Craig, the batter, 0 for 3 in the game. Strike one. Strike two. Sousa has been all business since coming into this game. This crowd of 30,285 standing. Ends up striking out the side, as Navarro will have to throw out Craig, and he does to end the ball game. Blue Jays win it 5-2. Impressive. Brett Cecil retiring all 4 that he faced, 3 by way of the K. And the Blue Jays salvage the final game of this 3-game series. Toronto wins it 5-2 behind the pinch hit 3-run home run from Danny Valencia. We will step aside and come back with more from Toronto right after this.